The Asus X540NV is the best gaming laptop under $400 or 20,000 in the Philippines that was featured in my top 5 gaming laptops under 20,000 pesos. Well, let's find out if the X540NV has that capabilities. Under the Vivobook lineup, Asus made this laptop to be sleek, portable, and modern looking without sacrificing durability, where the build is plastic that has really good build quality and no sacrifice to the looks to be more classic. For the port selection, with 3 USB ports, HDMI, combo microphone headphone jack, DC power in, the microSD card slot, all the ports are on the left side, while the security lock slot is on the right side, giving right-handed users to be more comfortable, while right-handed users can actually have some adjustments, where Asus need to have some sacrifices when it comes to the port selection like the RJ45 or an additional USB port that can be used on the right side. So, opening up the laptop gives you a 768p panel that I could say it is not glossy, it is anti-glare that you can take this one outdoors, and of course it is still a TN screen that has some mediocre viewing angles, but the color accuracy and the brightness can actually give you a more comfortable state. And speaking of which, the 0.3 megapixel webcam is what you can expect on our previous review on the Asus X441SA. Meanwhile, on the keyboard side, you can actually see it is well spaced. Not a lot of people would actually accommodate this kind of space since it is cramped, but what you can tell here, it is really comfortable and also easy to use with the tactile feedback to be more responsive. And the trackpad uses an Asus touchpad driver that I could say really smooth and precise when it comes to gesture controls and also for its response rate. So let's break down the specs. We have the Intel Pentium N4200 clocked at 1.1 to 2.5 GHz with 4 cores, especially that 4 gigs of RAM, which I'll be explaining it a bit later. 500 gig hard drive that we have swapped this one to a 240 GB Kingston SSD. And now we have the dedicated graphics card, which is a rare sight to see, which is the Nvidia GeForce 920MX with 2 gigs of GDDR5 VRAM. So let's talk about performance. The performance in this one is not going to be the most high end, but you can actually expect that the Intel Pentium N4200 can handle much from basic multitasking workloads, basic productivity, and of course, for gaming, since it has its dedicated graphics card, you can actually expect to play games from low to medium settings. More on that on the top eye corner. Which we go on to the HDD that was swapped to an SSD can give you the best performance possible, and also the CPU to work a little bit harder to have that response time to be more improved compared to a traditional hard drive. However, the 4 gigs of RAM is really enough for all of your basic productivity, basic multitasking, but not for gaming, which a lot of people might find to get an 8 GB variant on this kind of unit. And let's talk about that reason why. Which we go on to the maintenance and also for upgradability, you can only upgrade the HDD and also the Wi-Fi card, which the RAM is soldered onto the motherboard, and of course the CPU and GPU is also soldered to the motherboard. But the only thing that you need to take note of, because the maintenance is 4 out of 5, that the battery is still intact to the motherboard, that you need to remove the motherboard first in order for you to detach the battery. So disclaimer that you have to do this at your own risk. So speaking of own risk, this one still regains its strength when it comes to the 3-cell 33 Wh battery. This one can last you for 5.4 hours in terms of brightness set to 50% with the Wi-Fi turned on, 6.5 hours with the Wi-Fi turned off, and also the brightness control at the minimum possible setting. And of course for gaming, up to 2 hours. Which you go onto the speakers, you can actually determine that this is still Sonic Master, that the speaker quality on this one is really good as a laptop speaker, but your mileage may vary when it comes to the deep bass that is not too punchy. So here are some of the sample sound footage that indoor and outdoor shot. So for 20,000 pesos, it is a rare sight to see. It has a lot of potential that this one has a dedicated GPU
an efficient CPU with 4GB of RAM, and also an amazing battery life with a lot of necessary goodies inside. However, it's not really the perfect one that you can actually get, since 4GB of RAM is still not enough for all of your multitasking workloads in 2019. Making which you need to buy something that has that 8GB variant which still has that similar specification. But also, not a lot of gamers would actually benefit when it comes to medium to even high-end gaming, that I do recommend getting somewhere between 50,000 pesos here in the Philippines to get something that is way better, like a GTX 1650 Ti, and also an RTX series laptop that you can get for an affordable price point, right? Well, that depends on your shoes, but the Asus X540NV has a lot of polish on its shoes, with a lot of specification, lightweight, a lot of convenience for a lot of people to carry this one around for schoolworks and other types of work that you can actually accommodate this laptop when it comes to its performance, portability, and convenience. But let me know down in the comments below. So leave a like, share to your friends, subscribe for more videos like this, and hit the bell notification to get notified for the latest updates, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.